Hello, I'm Kevin. Welcome to my channel. Today we have a Extremebull Commander Pro Mini. No, Commander Pro Mini. It's the latest one, and let's have a look. So here we are. So this is the Commander Pro Mini, and let's see here. It's got the a small front light and the bracket in the front, which is all metal. It's got a race street tire. And the battery casing is metal as well, and it's very flat at the front here. It's just dead flat, and just little bar and a stand, which is the front bar with a stand on there. And yeah, it's very plain. So you got two side battery, metal mudguard, and you see the wires coming from the control board that goes into the front there. Kind of like the master configurations with a wire going to the front. And you got the Extremebull pedal, plastic and metal. Yeah, bracket is just screws there onto the battery case, and the same at the back. And if we take this out, you can see it's got an oil suspension in there behind the battery. And that holds up the battery there, the screws along there. We'll be opening up to see what's inside, just to check the quality of this Extremebull Mini. And on the top here, got the display, which is plastic. We'll check to see if it's waterproof as well, the ceiling. And at the back, let's lift this up. So at the back, yeah. So we've got a little tail light there with a bracket Extremebull on there. And this is the handle. Suppose you press the button and yeah, it comes out. Ow. So that's the high as it go, the handle. Okay, it's not a very high handle, it's quite short. And see the cable behind there, from behind, the cable there from the motor. And the tire, so just the battery slap onto the motor and the control board on the top. And to hold it in, you got the light is holding the battery there. There's a linkage along here that stabilizes the battery. And there's nothing there on the bottom. We have to check. And see there, this is from manufacturer come out. And see there's a missing screw there. So one of the screws fallen out already. Don't know if it's transport or something. One missing screw there. Okay, so that's why this wheel is in for, to check the quality and make sure it's everything is intact, nothing is loose. It's quite a fast wheel. I believe it's slightly faster than the pattern, and it's 134 volts. Top speed is 107 kilometer, I believe. Yeah, so let's open up this baby and have a look inside and see what it's like. Okay, so this is the control board of the Extremebull Commander Mini. You can see there, it's similar to the Master. So you've got the big digital display, and you've got the battery for the, the left battery and the right battery with two connectors going into the power management unit that joins all the voltage together and gives you an output to the controller, which is right there. So to change the tire on this, it's quite a bit of work, because you have to take everything apart, and the battery where it comes in, it's sealed tight with silicone. And to remove the battery, you need to damage the seal here and here. So there's two seal there, two hole for two cable, and then you can slide the battery out. Once the battery is slide out, then you can access the wheel to remove the wheel. So it's quite intensive to change the tire on the Commander Mini Pro. Okay, so it's not a easy job to do. Yeah, so you have to remove all the bracket and screw. So quite a lot of screws here, you can see here. So you got tons of screw to remove, the brackets and everything. Yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted. Yeah, so we're going to remove the seal and just remove the battery to check the battery quality as well. Okay, so the batteries are 65.4 volts, so each pack, so it's add together. 2 pack added together is 134 plus 134. Okay, 134 volt. Okay, to remove the battery, you need to undo this screw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 4 screw on the top of the controller. Here we are. So with the seal removed from the battery cable, the silicone, so what you do, you slide it out and flip it over, and you see that I put something there, so that will level the battery. Now the holes are very tight, so it's just right. If you want to take the battery out, you have to squeeze it through that hole there, and the gap is just right. There's not much on there. This is the suspension, and you can see it's clamped in by the screw here, and the suspension has a knob that you can adjust for the rebound and the stiffness. Down here you see the suspension here, and the mud guard is metal, and it's 2 screws on the bracket here. Now to remove the motor is quite tricky as well. So this mechanism is totally different. You can see there, it slides up and down. So the battery is mounted onto here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 screws, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and plus the pedal hanger is mounted onto there as well. So the battery is mounted with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 screws to hold it in, and this is a slider for the battery to go up and down. Okay, and on the top, this is the screw on the top, and that's where the suspension goes down as well. So it's mounted there too, and that's it. So it's only 2 screws, and the top there. Okay, yeah, so the whole thing goes down. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 for the suspension to hold it in, and then the control box is mounted to the battery. And see the motor cable there. Okay, it's all wrapped in plastic, and it goes through the hole up here, which is again, it's to take the motor out, you have to break the seal again to pull it out. And the light as well, to change the light you have to break the seal as well to change the lights. Also the backlight as well, so that is pushed through there. So to change the backlight you have to break the seal, and you see a little speaker there, the clear speaker stuck onto there, and the metal speaker just sticks on by silicone, so it vibrates through the plastic. The little beeper. The motor itself, okay, it's a 17-inch motor, 16-inch, so it's an 80, 90, 12, and 48J. It's a very nice Shaoyin tire, a road street tire. It's a H969, and it says tubeless. I don't know if it's tubeless. No, it's got a valve in it, so it's got a tube inside. Okay, it's a tubeless tire, which is stronger, reinforced, but it's got a tube inside. Yeah, so this is the motor. So to get the wheel out, to change the tire, you need to turn the knob on the bottom here. So you have to keep turning this until this comes out, and then you can remove the rod. You see that this turns. So that's how you get this thing out, because this is a one-piece bracket. So once you unscrew this out, slide it out, and this will come off. Okay, and then you can remove the nut to change the tire. So you have to do that. Hopefully, yeah. Oh, what's the quickest way to do this? No, there's no quickest way. There's no quickest way to do this. No, there's no quickest way. So you just have to remove this and remove the brackets to get to the tire. You should be able to change it. Yeah, so you should be able to change it without taking the other side out. Just by, it's a bit tricky, I have to remove this plate, okay, undo these brackets, and then remove the suspension here, undo this 2 screw, take the suspension out, and then you expose the surface of this wheel here. Then hopefully you can change the tire on this end here, pulling out and pull it in without removing the battery on the other side. Okay, that's the way I would do it. Because to take the other side out, it will take twice as long, because you have to break the seal and all that, and then you got the control dangling somewhere. Yeah, so it's not easy, but I would do that to change the tire, is to take this bracket out, remove this bracket, okay, the clamp the suspensions, and then undo these 2 bolts, and then remove the slide the suspension out so it's out of the way, and then undo this mudguard support, remove that, and then you've got the wheel exposed, which you can change the tire. Okay, so that is the left hand side. You have to take out the battery. So that's the way I would do it. Now, in terms of build quality, this one is quite good. This slider is quite strong. Okay, so all you have to do is just go up and down. But you need to sort of keep it clean. But it's very hard to keep it clean because it's behind the battery. So hopefully, you know, it stays clean. If the dirt gets inside, then you might have problem of sliding up and down smoothly. But that's all the suspension here is all exposed anyway to element. So there's no sort of protection to protect it from getting dirty. Suppose that is the design. So the mud goes in there, flips into there, comes down, and hopefully it doesn't go in there. And you see, to open up the Commander Pro, you have to remove the all the brackets, but I would advise to remove the left hand side of the battery if you want to change the tire. But in terms of build quality, it's very sturdy. So the battery case is all metal. Okay, so that should be sealed in anyway. You can see that everything is waterproof tight there. All the silicone seal. It's all sealed along there as well. That's what you expect. Everything will be sealed inside. And, so just checking all the metals are okay. So yeah, all the screws are good. Yeah, everything is good. There's all silicone around there to stop it moving. All the little screws. That's good. So to remove the battery, obviously you have to unscrew all the brackets and lights that attach to the battery. And you see there's 2 screws for the front light, 2 screws for the handle, the lift handle on the top, which is here. And you got a bracket here as well, 4 screws, which is the front bracket, the protection bracket, for the bumper. Okay, so that is the front. And on the back, so for the back, if you want to change the trolley handle, you will have to take off this piece. Okay, so this front piece, and that exposes the trolley handle. And then you got the bracket here as well, so you have to unscrew the lights, the back lights, and the brackets, those 2 brackets, and that comes out. The handle will come off. Okay, and also to remove the battery, you have to take the handle out, and all the brackets in the front. Yeah, so everything is all aligned now. The mudguard is aligned. Because of this motor cable, it's kind of moves the mudguard slightly out of alignment. So the only way to align it is to take the battery out and bend the bracket slightly. Yeah, and then that will align in the center. All the screws seem to be intact, so I'm going to tighten it up and put it all back together. Okay, so the bracket is mounted with this little screws here. Okay, so it's 2, 4, 6, 8 screw. Okay, to remove this bracket, and also on the other side as well, 8. And once that's removed, there's another bracket here. So there's another 4, another 4, and then 2 more for the lights. And then the lifting bracket as well. So that will free up all the battery, which you can remove. And obviously all the screws along here. So there's quite a few screws. And the pedal hanger is adjustable. So at the moment it's on a high setting, and you can move it down you can move one down. So the difference is, you can see there, it's about 1 centimeter different in height. Okay, so you can lower the pedal hanger if you need to on the Commander Pro, which is pretty good. To take the top panel off, so you have all the screw on the side here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's 12 screw holding the panel down. Okay, this is the Extremebull Commander Pro Mini. It's a 134 volt, and it's the same configuration as the Master Bigodi Master. And as you can see here, you got a same display and the control board underneath. So you got display board on top, control board, two button, power and lift switch, and the battery. So you got 4 battery. 2 are added together, 65, 65, and then on the left 65, 65, gives you 134. And it's got a extra bit, which is a Bluetooth speaker. So you got sound on the Commander Pro Mini, which is great. And this is a little speaker there, and it's just stuck on by silicone with plastic, so it vibrates when you turn it on and makes a sound. I'll say that the battery seal there. So when you change the tire, you have to break the seal, and you have to pull the battery out. So we will have to break the seal. And there's a seal on the top of the control board, so hopefully that is waterproof when it's tightened down. But there is a slight gap there, but which is not fully closed. I have to dab a little bit of silicone in there to seal that up. You don't want any water going in there. other than that, yeah, I'm quite impressed with this Commander Pro Mini. Yeah, it's well built. Again, like all suspension wheel nowadays, the only thing that holding the battery or the motor is the battery case on the left here. So it's just the top connector which is holding it together, and down on the bottom you got just this rod, the suspension rod. And when I ride all this suspension wheel, I find that there's a little bit of flex here. So I mean, for myself, I will put a bracket along here, you know, some sort of metal bracket, just to lower down a bit, just to stabilize the you know, the bending of the case when you ride. And that does help the wheel to you know, give you a smoother ride. But other than that, yeah, I'm quite impressed with the Commander Pro Mini. It's all metal constructed. It's a solid machine, and the you know, all the wirings are quite neat nowadays, which is good. And yeah, it's a good wheel. It's a good wheel. Okay, so let's switch it on. There you go. Comes on. There's that. There's that Bluetooth. And the red light is always flashing on the back. Okay, I should turn it on. And the front light. Let's have a look at the front light. So it's got on and flashes. And you can adjust the light as well, up and down. So you can move the light up and down, which is not bad. It's good enough. The light is good enough. So, yeah, it's good.